We're the Salas family, and we're on a round-the-world trip with our 2 kids. We just spent 2 months in South America, and we're making our way back to North America for a month in Mexico. After spending some time in Mérida and exploring the surrounding area, we were going to drive straight across the state of the Yucatan to Playa del Carmen.
But I wanted to take a detour because that always sounds like a little fun to me. I saw these pink lakes online, which are actually a salt plant, and you're able to walk through them, and I thought swim in them, except what ended up happening when we got there.
So we roll up to what's called Las Coloradas, which is the salt flat area, right? And in order to go in, you have to have a guard, or at least like an escort, right?
Being kind of a lackluster stop because of all the precautions they have to take around you seeing the salt mine and frankly people being irresponsible tourists before us. So we decided to check out a beach in town.
The only thing is that when we got to the beach, I was closing the trunk and the locking mechanism broke completely. So what that meant was that we couldn't lock any of our stuff, like all of our luggage and our electronics, and keep it safely in the trunk, which really wouldn't have been too bad because we just ended up skipping the beach, but we ended up having to take all of our things out of the car every single time that we needed to stop. And on the way to Playa, it meant that we couldn't actually get out and see any of the really awesome things along the way.
And let me tell you, you pass by so many cenotes and archaeological parks and beautiful little towns. We couldn't stop at any of them because everything we own to our name as full-time travelers is in our unlocked trunk.
I went to a local hardware store and I got a knife, an incredibly sharp knife, and some twine or some rope. And we're just going to, our quick fix for the day is we're going to tie it shut. Here we go with another stack of freshly made tortillas.
I want tortillas. Tortillas.
There they are.
So we make it across the peninsula. We end up having to get a new rental car, but on the bright side, we're greeted by our friends Paula and Dan again, who we saw back in Mérida, but live in Playa and are willing to put us up and show us around.
And they put us up, and of course our 2 kids, and we have a pretty big footprint and can be kind of loud, so it was really generous for them to take all of us.
They showed us around all their favorite spots in Playa. We saw a couple of different beaches. We went to a beach club. Went to a local beach that had a little cenote on site.
Today we are visiting Punta Esmeralda, which is a local beach that also happens to be free and bonus has a cenote on site. So we're excited to be able to explore both of these in one location.
both ends of the spectrum, from the beach club that's more polished to the local beach that doesn't have all of the amenities. And our favorite ended up being the local beach.
And the really cool thing that we mentioned before is that there is not like a huge cavern type of cenote, but the spring water is feeding fresh water right into the ocean, and it's this great spot because it's super shallow. It's a great spot for little kids in particular.
You wanna go get a snack? In addition to showing us around the beaches, Paula and Dan also showed us a little bit around the town, including the really famous Fifth Avenue.
So Fifth Avenue is about 5 miles long. It's a completely pedestrian area, and it's lined with shops and bars, and there's live music and tequila tasting, pharmacies. I mean, basically like anything that you can either drink, eat, or want to do, or
take
buy.
Home.
Exactly.
We ended it with a seaside evening sunset dinner. To break things up a little bit while we were in Playa, we ended up going to an arcade. And you might think this is because we have little kids, but as much as it was for them, it was also kind of for me because I'm just kind of like a big kid. I think it's also worth noting though that Playa is a town too. It's not just a tourist place. So there's things that all of the locals could want there, including an arcade.
And we're in an arcade. We just got the biggest promotional deal here. Pay 400 pesos and you get 1,000. You get 1,000 more points, or 600. So we're gonna have 1,000 points to play with, and so we should have a good 90 minutes of playtime. Lots of games. Are you excited, Nana?
Yeah!
All right.
Let's play some games!
All right, let's do it. What's going on?
I made 200 and it's going to 200. This is amazing. There's so much.
So after checking out Playa and catching up with our friends, we're gonna see what else the Riviera Maya has to offer.
We'll see you there.